I'm trying to, do my once a week workout that I do in a longer form. Today I was like, oh, I'll just take a walk and record my walk and show myself doing a little bit of Pokemon Go whilst I do it. And yeah, I figure having a little bit of Pokemon Go in the background would be more entertaining than watching my mileage, but I do try to switch back and forth because I figure that would be easier than just one screen because you get to see what I'm catching and all that stuff. Like I just caught an Eevee. Not the best Eevee out there, but yeah, it works. And I'm using a Pokemon Go Plus to help me catch Pokemon whilst I'm walking around my neighborhood. Um, just trying to get as much walking done as I can. I end up doing almost 2 miles just going the route I'm going. I'm trying to go for a Dynamax Charmander, then one of the other later gen starters, but it's not the one that you just saw in the background. It's a different one. It's just those two happen to be on my walk, and I go for this particular, it's a water type. I figure I go for the water type starter, then the Charmander, so that way I have type advantage for it, and it'll be coming up on screen here in a little bit. And I figure like show you guys what I'm doing and all that stuff. And is this one of my fastest walks? No. Usually if I'm trying to go for speed, I can easily be walking on average about 20 to 22 minutes a mile. Today I was just more casually walking around, partly because I was playing Pokemon Go, and I also had run into one of my neighbor's dogs because he was letting them out to go to the bathroom, and they wanted to come say hi. And yeah, so it's whatever water type's over there. I'll be pulling it up, like I said, here in a little bit. Yeah, and the thing about it is that I do prefer like walking over just about all other forms of exercise, just because you can go at whatever speed you want, and you don't have to feel like you have to go extremely fast or extremely slow. You can just choose a pace and do it. Oh yeah, and this is the Fitch app. It's like a little app that lets you keep track of habits while you grow little pets and uh, things like that. Yeah, it's a fun little app like that. If you guys want, I can put my code down for it later. Oh, it was a Sobel. Okay. Yeah, because it's like I knew I was seeing it. Yeah, Dynamax Sobel. But yeah, it was one of those, like, it's just one of those, like, little habit forming things. Yeah, And part of the reason why when you see on when I switch back to the walking track, or I'm not going super fast. Where I live, there's hills, so it's not like I'm walking on a completely flat surface. I'm going uphill and downhill, so yeah, like right here, it'll say my average pace is about 27 minutes, but that's also with me going uphill during this section. Because once I get done with this Sobel and go past, and it's like there's like a couple of roads and it levels out, goes slightly down, and then I make a right turn and I'm going up another hill. So it's a very, very steep, well, not very steep, but it's a hill. I walking from the very bottom, not like about halfway up to the top, it usually takes me about 10-15 minutes on average for me to do. Sorry, I drink some water, so excuse me. It was carbonated water. Yeah, so yeah, I got this Sobel in, not the worst Sobel out there, but could be better. And I had gotten a Dimax Kingler, so I was like, I'll throw that one in there. Which I could have kept out for the Charmander, but that might have been overkill, so that's why I went with the Kingler here, and then oh yeah, I gotta get him call going up the hill. But yeah, I figured I could then put the Sobel, or not Sobel, I kept the Skobat, whatever that ram is, the evolution of Wooloo. Yeah, because I figure that one would be better for the Charmander one. And I do hatch an egg at some point. I don't think it was anything special. And yeah, so yeah, this is roughly where it starts leveling out, and then after I finish the turn there, I go down a little bit. But yeah, oh, there's the egg hatching. Yeah, it was a Bonsley. I think I forgot to check its stats, but it's okay. Yeah, and then I have one more 5K egg hatch, and then once that hatches, which it hatched after I got done with my walk, so I added the hatching to the end of this. So yeah, so hopefully tomorrow I can show a whole bunch of 7Ks hatching. And if you're wanting to do walking but you don't want to do Pokemon Go, one I would recommend is called Pikmin Bloom. It's kind of like Pokemon Go, but you don't have to catch the Pokemon. That you send the Pikmin out on expeditions. You use them to destroy mushrooms, and you plant flowers. And so it's one of those. It's more like Pokemon Go casual, so it's more like you're more focusing on the walking aspect rather than stopping every 5 seconds if you don't have auto catcher to catch the Pokemon. And so it just makes it that much easier because you could send the Pikmin on the expedition whenever you're wanting to send them rather than right then and there. I might show a little bit of that content maybe tomorrow. I'm thinking of maybe trying to go live tomorrow because I also have tomorrow off. But yeah, now that I'm almost to the Charmander, I'm gonna catch that. I don't remember if I caught the prime, right? But yeah, so I'm going against the Charmander. It was actually really easy to do. Yeah. And yeah, so I got all the goodies for that. And I got it wasn't, from what I remember, yeah, it wasn't the best Charmander, but decent enough for me to at least keep it on my roster for the time being. I think I did the Dynamax thing. Yes, and so, yeah, I'm not as used to the Dynamax stuff as the other stuff because I haven't played Pokemon Go in like a long time. But oh yeah, and it's like, if you guys ever are wondering, like, because I grew up playing the original Red Blue games. I had only Red for the longest time. But my first ever Pokemon was Bulbasaur, but my favorite Pokemon is the Slakoth line because my brain basically functions as that. Because I basically start off as Slakoth. Moments of my day I'm like Slack and Vigoroth, and then the rest of my day then ends up being more like Slaking. But yeah, it's fun. Yeah, and for the rest of this until I hatch the 5K, I'm just showing you the last little bit of my mileage. Yeah, because I think I went 1.8 miles, which for me it's not too bad. Yeah, oh yeah, did a little bit more Pokemon Go, but yeah, yeah, but I do like the Slakoth line. Oh yeah, and it wouldn't let me put and give my slacking that I have in a gym in give it some berries. So I might check on that again in a little bit. But yeah. Yeah, so it's just one of those things where it's like, if you want to like start losing weight and you don't know where to start, like, walking's good. Just whatever you can do. Doesn't need to be for like super long periods. The main thing that if you are trying to lose weight is focus on your diet first, because you can exercise, you can add exercise to your diet, but it's hard to, it's more motivating to walk off, well, not walk off the weight. It's better to eat healthy and be a little heavier than try to burn off all the calories from eating too much junk food. But that's my opinion. I am not a medical professional. I am not a professional trainer. I'm just someone here trying to lose my own weight. But I would always recommend starting off with diet and adding a bit of exercise to it. Don't feel like you have to have a whole lot of exercise at the beginning. Just small increments, add a little bit here and there. So yeah,